Dear students, a warm welcome to all of you. I'm your mentor Stanish Kill. Before we begin our today's tutorial, let me give you some basic instruction. All that we are going to learn today is from this wonderful book Speak English with Stanish Kill. This book is available on all the online platforms and top-notch bookstores. You can find the link of this book in the description area. It is my strong suggestion that after watching each video, please refer to this book for detailed explanation and more examples. Remember, you are not watching a movie or a web series. Follow the golden rule. Don't go for the lunch until you have not digested your breakfast. Clear your concept first. Then only move to another video and accordingly to a new chapter. The book and the video is made in a chronological way, referring to as chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, so on and so forth. Please follow the continuity rule and strictly no overlapping. And for our online course, kindly WhatsApp us at 9136 702 777. I repeat, 9136 702 777. So friends, if you are prepared now with the ground rule, then let's dive into the learning with complete excitement.
Welcome to chapter number 27, Psychological Barriers. Well, we have already learned the important and relevant grammar for spoken English. Now is the time to dive into another important topic that is holding us back to speak this beautiful language. And as we move forward, let us clear our mental blocks, inculcate right practices, and accept English in the right way. There are certain preconceived notions that we have developed about this language. Let us address that one by one. Anglophobia, fear and prejudice for English. This is one of the most common barriers of the English language. Many of us has a strange fear to speak English in public. We consider it to be the language of supreme and treat it very special, giving it an unnecessary height and creating mental blocks. Even children speak English in English-speaking homes. The point that I am trying to make is that one doesn't need to be wiser, intelligent or supreme to speak English. It is just a matter of having an English-speaking surrounding. If you don't speak English, it is only because people around you don't speak English. There is nothing wrong with you. So chill and accept English like any other language, without any supremacy or preconceived notion attached to it. Bury your inhibition. Not just English, but many things in life you have missed only because of your inhibition. Or hesitation has always held us back to do something new with the fear of what people may think. The fun fact is that while we think what the so-called people are thinking about us, the so-called people at the very same time are thinking what are we thinking about them. The irony is no one is thinking about each other. It is just our mind that is playing with us. What people may think. This is one of the biggest mental blocks and obstacle we have between us and our success. This mentality leads us nowhere and has to be immediately dealt with. The treatment is simple. The moment your mind says what people may think about you, scold your mind and say, I care a damn about it. I just want to be successful. That's it. That's the mantra. Just remember one thing, that we all have one life and one opportunity. Don't let it go for the fear of people. The power of I don't know. We think we can't and hence we can't. We are the creation of our thoughts. Everything that happens to us and around us is a manifestation of it. While we are unsure about so many things in life, strangely, we are so very confident about not knowing English well and do not have a pinch of doubt in it. Even in our dream, we fumble and hesitate to speak in English. This is the real problem. The problem is not the English language but our self confidence. The general faith is seeing is believing, but the correct approach is believing is seeing. If you believe in something firmly, trust me, you will see it happen for you one day. So give the right instruction to your mind and say affirmatively, I speak good English. I repeat, I speak good English. That's the mantra you have to recite. Submerge. While everybody wants to enjoy the fruit of success, very few people are ready to pay the price for it. I firmly believe that one can't be an expert of any subject until the person completely dive into it. It all depends on how strong your desire is. Keep yourself focused on your goal and ensure that you are working on it every day. The price to learn English is not the cost you have paid for a book or watching this video or any other cost you may have inculcated, but the actual price is being submerged in the language. Weaker vocabulary. Just now I asked you to believe that you speak good English, but now I say no one knows complete English. Yes, that's right. If complete vocabulary is the barometer of the language, then no one in the world knows perfect English. Confused? There are more than 6 lakh words in this English language, and it is next to impossible to know the meaning of each and every word. Neither do we use all these words, nor do we need it for a daily communication. It is not important how many words do you know, but what is important is how effectively you use the word that you know. Rather than picking up a dictionary and introducing yourself with new tough words, give more importance to the craft of drafting the sentence fluently, using easier words. Verb, preposition and tense lesson will help you in this. Once you become an expert in drafting a sentence, then build your vocabulary bank. Let the whole process be organic. Learning English through translation. Hindi to English. I have come across many people and have seen many videos on YouTube where people claim to teach English by translating it from other languages, Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, etc. This is a wrong practice. The science and craft of other language and English is different. Language has to be learned naturally in its true form. How can you conclude the taste of an apple by eating a mango? While some may argue that we do not know English and hence we use our comfortable language as a support system. The fundamental nature of the human mind is such that it will always prefer to take an easy route to find a solution. But the real strength lies within the mind. You are much more capable than you think. A mind has a profound capacity to learn new things. Put your mind into test and you will be surprised by its results. Language of mind. Speaking about mind, here comes the biggest tip. An average human has 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts in a day. Thoughts can never arrive in a mind without a language. We all think the whole day in the language we are most comfortable with. Change the language of your thoughts. Make it English. This is the easiest and most effective way of learning the language. Initially, your mind may refuse, but gradually it will accept the change. Try this. This will surely work. Finally, language is an applied skill. We all in our growing days at some point in time have learned to ride a bicycle. The first step to learn is to understand the tool and their function correctly. That is what we did in our grammar session. Learned about the tool and its function. If you recapitulate the first day of your bicycle learning, someone introduced you to the handle, pedal and the brake and told you about the respective function and asked you to continuously pedal to keep up the pace. Hold the handle firmly and look upward towards the road to maintain the balance and press the brake to stop the cycle. Such simple instructions to follow. But you still looked down at the pedal while pedaling and lost control despite you being a sincere and obedient learner. The problem was not with you, the problem was with the nature of your mind. You were trying to ride the bicycle with your conscious mind and hence you failed. It took a lot of practice for you to look upward and ride. And today, while you have been an expert rider, you pedal the bicycle, control the handle, maintain the balance and press the brake precisely when needed without any conscious effort. Only because now your subconscious mind is in charge and conscious mind has taken a backseat. All the language in the world is spoken only by your subconscious mind and not the conscious mind. That's why when you speak in your native language, there is no bridge between your mind and your tongue. Because your native language has only submerged in your subconscious mind. As you may have fallen many a time during your bicycle learning, similarly, you may falter many a time while learning to speak English. But don't give up the hope and lose patience. You are on the right track. Practice is the key. Remember, once you learn to ride a bicycle, you can never unlearn it. Similarly, once you learn to speak English, you can never forget it. So start practicing every day. In upcoming video, we'll discuss how to practice, what are the right tools to practice. So friend, with this we come to an end of this chapter. For detailed explanation and more example, I'll request you to buy my book Speak English with Stanish Gill. This book is available on all the leading online platforms and top-notch bookstores. If you like the video, then please like, share, follow, comment and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you're updated with all upcoming videos. See you in the next video. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. Bye.